Well, it gives me great pleasure to bring on board and understand the entire world of commodities in this kind of a geopolitical setup. Crude prices at a record high, aluminum prices at a new high, gold prices nearing $2,000. Now, when I say like this, these headlines essentially are great news for a commodity producer. But in this entire geopolitical scenario, how can India emerge as a clear winner? And more importantly, will India emerge as a clear winner? Let's take the conversation forward with the man himself, Mr. Anil Agrawal of Vedanta. Mr. Agrawal, I'm speaking with you after a really long gap. So, welcome to ET Now, and it's a pleasure to have you back on the show, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting. It's always a pleasure to speak to you.
I'm going to start with a very simple and obvious question. What is your view on what is happening in the world of commodities? Do you think this is supply constraint or geopolitical risk which has kicked in?
I think both. It's a both. And I'm a positive person, so I take it that what are the advantages and where we can leverage our situation in India, whereby because of our relationship, because our geopolitical situation, how we can leverage this and to be self-reliant as early as possible, which is very, very important. The way you see the world is conflicting with each other. We have a less conflict, and we have a approach of Prime Minister he's the one who talk about Atmanirbhar, who is the one who talk government has no business to be in a business. He's the one who talk about minimum transparency, maximum governance, less interference of the government machinery, self-certification. India is exactly, by and large, like America, which has encouraged their entrepreneur, asked them to take risks, supported them, and they remain regulated.
Mr. Agrawal, commodity production is a cycle. It may take 2 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, even 5 to 7 years. What is the short-term solution? Because the crisis is happening now, and the crisis may sustain for next couple of weeks and couple of months. So, what is the short-term solution for this?
I think that India has done so much work. Now, the simple manner, the ball has to be moved to the entrepreneur. How we can world today, the situation is that people are less interested go to the China. All the money they would like to deploy in India. India is a very sweet spot today. We have a less conflict with the others. Geopolitically, we are one side, there is a vulnerability. Other side, we are better off that anything, the existing people with very short time can double and triple their production. What we are talking about long term, I don't see a long term because existing people, new people, money is available, equity is available. Existing people should be encouraged, plus the newcomer to be encouraged, so they can come in. Like today, 500 mines are shut down. I mean, there is no benefit of that. How can we make sure that all the 500, our Pradhan Mantri ji has said very clearly, we are not revenue minded, we are production minded. But still the government machinery always think of revenue. Revenue भी नहीं आता है, production भी नहीं बढ़ता है. We have to make it benefit of doubt. we have to pass on to other side and to make sure that you have all the rein in their hand. They can always tighten as and when it's required. But it is a very, very good time to unleash the smallest pin and take out that pin to make sure one thing, how we can increase production. Whether it's a bauxite, we have a huge bauxite as we talk about aluminum. How we can make sure the bauxite can come up within 1 year, bauxite production can come up. Existing plant with the digital, with the technology can increase 2 times production. All our oil field, as soon as possible, we have a fantastic minister, we have a fantastic prime minister to make sure that they dealing, if there is any dispute with the existing partner, to be separate and to production to be separate. Please do not link production with the dispute, because that is going to go on because of the system. Iron ore, we can be the highest production of iron ore in the world. That itself gives so much of revenue, employment, and those things can come up. So in very simple manner, as I said, the government mindset is there. As you are saying, couple of years, my feeling is that let's start the work. And you will see very pleasant and positive surprise. If you look at our strength is human resource. Our Indian mines are being branded as the best mine. With this kind of mine, let's leverage with the self-certification as much as we trust. I'm not looking very long term, but short term we will be able to increase our production. I have no doubt.
For a commodity producer, it's been never so good. And all the businesses you are in, the underlying commodity prices are at an all-time high. Whether it is crude, whether it is aluminum, whether it is zinc, or even gold. What should your shareholders expect? Because this kind of a scenario, while we need to work on our energy needs, we need to become much more Atmanirbhar, the shareholder would say that, look, I will make more money when there is geopolitical crisis, when there is demand and supply disruption, and if there is a big player like Vedanta, and if they're in the right space at the right time, they will hit a jackpot.
Yeah, the shareholders are very, very happy. As I said, the input cost has also gone up very high, and a company like us, we cannot follow the world's norms because we are a developing country. We have to go and look at more and more what we can do. Within the wall, we have to break all the wall. And let's take oil. Oil today, we produce, say, close to 1 million ton. I have no doubt within 2 years' time, oil can be produced 3 million ton. 3 million, 3 times we can increase production. It's just 2 to 3 years' time. It is required a simple policy, delinking if there is any dispute, anything, but please do not disturb the production. It's very, very important. Government has announced a lot of ONGC field to be auctioned, privatized. Those things taking long time, 2 years. You look at the IBC process, which they started. IBC process, this government is a boon, what they have given. But it takes long time. It goes on. We don't have time. Today, geopolitical time. Let's take the advantage of today and make a decision. There is no better mind than our bureaucrat. Our IS people has branded as one of the best mind. But they have to take decision. Bucks stop to them and they must pen down and take a decision. That is very, very important. And this will definitely change our India.
It's been a yes, no, perhaps from you on how firm are you about bidding for BPCL. Now, one side is BPCL is a great asset, and you've demonstrated that every time you've acquired an asset, you beautifully turn it around. So history is supportive and it is in your favor. But then on the other side, if I look at how fuel prices, which on paper have been dismantled, they are outside the purview of government control. We've not seen a price hike from Diwali. Are you still contemplating bidding for BPCL? Why don't you clear the air?
We are, see, I'm like my grandfather used to have a shop of clothes. So he used to open a shutter every day in morning. Whoever customer walk, we address them, we welcome them. So I opened the shop. I'm going to evaluate everything because we have experience, we have entrepreneurship, we have a huge backing from the financier, we have our own cash flow, almost $7 billion. So we will look at where what we can do. BPCL, 2 years has happened. It is important. The world is looking, whether it's a BPCL, whether it's a shipping corporation, whether the container corporation, whether Hindustan Zinc. We have a two large gold mine, Bharat gold mine, Hati gold mine. Everybody has said there is no gold in it. They have to be very simple to say that, look, this is what we have. Within 30 days, within 60 days, we are looking for a partner who can take over. There is no risk to the government. Also, if there is any shareholder risk, whether the state government holds so much, central government holds so much, whatever central government has, they can sell their share. I'm very sure the partners, the new bidder who will come, who will manage the state government, who will manage the people. One thing for sure, that we are not going to retrench a single people. That will never happen in India, and that should not be our goal. We have to make sure that we accommodate everybody. In fact, the capacity of all these will go to at least three times. We need more people. Hindustan Zinc, when we acquired, was 5,000 people. Today we have over 15 to 20,000 people. Same thing with the Balco. Same thing with the cane. So I have a very strong feeling that the need of hour is the sense of urgency. So and the government and the judiciary has to work together for the interest of the country.
So do you have a reserve price in your mind, Mr. Agrawal, which you've decided is the right value for BPCL?
At the moment, I have no idea whether I will go for it or not. Vedanta will never go for BPCL. World has a huge confidence on us that we will be able to manage it, or we would like to bring in all the financial partners who will fund this. We will manage very efficiently, and we will work with the existing people. I'm just creating a castle in the air, because nothing is in their hand. But when it comes, I have a vision where we can very win-win situation where our people of BPCL have a great smile. They have to earn more. They have to work better and create a remodel where we can create 3 times better synergy of this company. But Vedanta will not be part of financing BPCL.
You're very clear.
But there is nothing on the card at the moment.
I understand that, and I just wanted I was requesting you exactly to use this forum to clear the air. Mr. Agrawal, I've had the pleasure as member of press of tracking Vedanta for almost 2 decades now, but in last 3 years, there has been a lot of back and forth in terms of your capital allocation. even though you've come out a couple of weeks ago and you've said that you've re-examined your capital allocation policy, but before that, let's say if I talk about 2020, 2021, there was a lot of back and forth happening in your capital allocation policy. It is only in 2022 you came out and you firmly told shareholders that there will be no change in your capital allocation policy. It will be crystal clear. Why did so much of back and forth happen? What kept you guessing? What kept you changing in terms of your thoughts?
We never change as far as capital allocation is concerned. We have been very, very disciplined of the capital allocation. When the opportunity comes, India is a developing country. It is not America, which is not where we will not look at if the opportunity comes. And we enjoy looking at disruptive idea whereby we don't put in a capital, and we develop a model whereby with a lot of hard work, what opportunity we can look at. But at this point of time, we have never ever acquired anything which was not under our capital allocation. Nickel is also very, very important. We acquire a company for the nickel under the IBC process, and we are working. How can we take the nickel? We have coal is also one of the very strong forte, because I've always looked at how my country can be helpful and import can be reduced. So at the moment, we have no other commodity. I will definitely look at copper. Copper is a very important factor. 100% copper we import. And I've always said that anything we can resolve, but why to shut the company? Because show must go on. We can always resolve while whether it's a Goa, whether it is a Tuticorin, and those things to be resolved to make sure our show must go on. If you stop production, you start importing, and everybody's a loser. So apart from, I have no vision apart from, as I said, capital allocation. We are the only producer who produce glass. We are the fourth largest producer of glass in the world, whether you call it optical fiber, glass for TV, for a cell phone, for laptop. I must congratulate the government of India, the long due, almost long due to come out with a policy of semiconductor, which has created the world very excited. They never believed that this policy will come. I have no doubt couple of players will come. We will be the literally leader in producing the semiconductor and the glass. This will create thousands of industry, because at the moment we can only use branded product. Time to come, our entrepreneur can design themselves, they can produce their own product, and which is मेरा सपना है, सपना में देखता हूँ कि आने वाले दिनों में मेरे जो स्टार्टअप है, जो एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं, वो इन कंपनियों को, because raw material is available, biggest thing, availability of raw material. We don't want to depend on the raw material to import, and this is what we are doing on capital allocation for our digital side to produce semiconductor fab, which is also very exciting for us.
तो अग्रवाल जी, मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि अगर सपने हो तो अनिल अग्रवाल जैसे देखो, मगर हिंदुस्तान में देखो, बिकॉज देश बदल रहा है। बढ़ो और बदलो देश के साथ। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। इट इज जस्ट बीन ए very engaging conversation where you've really given us a sense of what can be done to make India Atmanirbhar in terms of the energy need, where your capital allocation is changing, and what exactly is your thought on BPCL.
Thank you very much, Nipul.